Let's speak now to the U.S. immigration lawyer, Rebecca Kitson. I know you work with immigrant families along the border and unaccompanied children. Can you give us a sense, first of all, of what sort of age children we're talking about and actually why they're there?
Yes. In general, the primary age group of children that come to the border tend to be teenage children. 70% of the kids who come to the border are teenagers. And typically the reasons for coming into the United States involve the rampant violence and poverty that we see. The primary source of these children are the Northern Triangle countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras.
So, as you say, very difficult conditions quite often at home. But teenager covers a pretty broad spectrum. I think mainly 15 to 18, perhaps. So, you know, it's possible for them to travel unaccompanied, but still pretty tough, and to turn up in a country where perhaps you know nobody.
Absolutely. They are incredibly challenging circumstances for anyone. And of course, even children who are 15 to 18 years of age, of course, are still children. And these journeys are very difficult even for adults. So these children have been through often unspeakable challenges along the journeys, fighting cartels in Mexico and lots of different horrors along the way.
And in your experience, what is the calculation by the parents that they themselves, the adults, may not get through, but the children probably will, and there's a chance at least of a better life? Is that how it works?
Yes, you know, parents that have to come to this decision, it's an incredibly difficult decision. Parents in these countries are the same as parents anywhere, that if they reach that decision where they're going to send their children on such a difficult journey, it's really because they believe that they have no other choice, and that this is the only way that they could potentially save the life of their children. So, you know, children being able to make it to the United States, there is still the Title 42 restrictions in place because of the pandemic. So children are being allowed in where families and single adults are not.
Rebecca, what do you say to the Republican argument? We heard it from Kevin McCarthy at the border in Texas just the other day, that this is a crisis of Mr. Biden's making. He simply shouldn't have let them in.
You know, this is an issue that we've been seeing throughout successive administrations. So apart from, you know, the Obama administration dealt with surges along the border, in particular of unaccompanied children. We saw the same thing under the Trump administration, even under the most restrictive policies, even in light of family separation. We saw a significant increase in May of 2019. So this is a long-seated, deep-seated ongoing problem that we've seen in these countries, you know, exacerbated by the pandemic as well as natural disasters that are occurring in these countries. The push factors are incredibly strong, but I don't think that we can pinpoint 2 months of the new administration as being the sole reason that these children are fleeing to the United States.
Rebecca Kitson, thank you very much for talking to us.